Okay, thank you very much, guys. This is ProGraphics once again, and I want us to this afternoon. And what we are going to do is we are going to create a depth map for this particular image, and then we blur the background using lens blur. Okay, so Control J. Let's duplicate this image, and let's do some few adjustment on this particular image over here. So simple. So what we are going to do at the moment is we are going to um, make sure that our highlights in this image they are well corrected. So let's go to filter, then let's go to camera raw, then do some few adjustments, then we take over from there. So what I'll go straight to the shadows because you can see a lot of shadows in this particular image. So I'll go to the shadows I've seen over there. Then um, I'll push the shadows out like you see. But I can see it's too much. So after pushing the shadows out, I'll bring the highlights also down just to compensate the lights within the image. Let's bring the whites down so you can see. Still let the highlights come down. So let's see the before and the after. So you can see before and the after. There have been a massive correction over here. Our main subject today is not more of the lighting. So let's end it over here. I always like creating a duplicate. So we come to select, then we come to select subject. Let's allow the machine to do its own selection. Did I go to select subject? Yes, good. Yo. So we are going round and we make sure that we have a perfect selection for what we are about to do. So let's start with the groom. So we come over here. Let's take our laser tool, go to combine. If there's something that we think it should be taken out, we do that. So I press on the Alt, take this one out. Then when you come over here, you can see that the selection was not done well. So we work on that. Press on the Alt, take this one out. The same thing here. Now the reason why we are going to do, remember we are going to blur. So if some of the portions are not well selected, what will happen is at the end of the day, let me reduce my feather. At the end of the day, you see that the edges are not going to be sharp for the blur. I hope you get it. So we are going to make sure that the edges are well in place. So let's go. You can see from here to it's not well selected. So you come here. We make sure that everything is in line. And that is going to take much time. But at the end of the day, if you are able to understand the concept of what we are doing, it will be more easier for you. So guys, I would like to use this privilege to, I can't fast forward this video because it's live. So let's all bear with me. So I'll use this privilege to thank all those that have been following me for me reaching 500 subscribers. Because having 500 subscribers on YouTube, I really appreciate you guys for pushing me. Continue sharing my channel with your family and friends. Okay, continue on sharing so that you empower me to do more. So we are looking at the edges. So since you are over here, you can take this one to off because you are not going to do any selection over here. Take this ones off. Good. So you check and make sure that everything is intact. So let's come over here. You can see here it's not well selected. So you do the selection. Okay. So let's do this. Okay. So let's do that. So you come back with the places that are not well selected. You do it. Okay. So I shot this image myself, so there's no credit for anyone. I shot it myself, so the credits go to myself. Okay, so as you can see, okay, So I think we have a perfect selection. Let's do it over either side. Then we continue by looking at the bride and see if we also have a perfect selection from her side. Okay. So here too, there's a lot of correction to be done. So let's see here to come outside a little bit. Then let's come here. So we continue to draw. Then take these ones out. Remember, we are working out for perfect selection. So all this side are not supposed to be part. So they must go. So you can see. So this side too, you have to look at it. Or else what will happen is you will finish with your work and you realize that there's a lot of stuff that you didn't take into consideration, and it will worry because by then we have done a lot of stuffs and those things can't be worked on again. So you have to be careful when working on some of these things. Okay. So those that are now joining us, we are working on a depth map so that we use it in creating a lens blur and Photoshop. So I also bring a tutorial on retouching this particular image. So remember this side is also not part, so you take this side from there. Then we want a perfect selection for the edges, so we do that. Sorry. So we are adding. So let's add well. This side too. Then you come here. So from here I think it's better. So you have to zoom in well to see actually what you are doing. So you can see this side. You can see there's a lot of issues over here. So press on Alt, then I do it. We come over here, we add, sorry, push it up. Some of these small stuffs, you will not see the essence of it. You see it after you have finally finished with it, and you check the edges and you see that the edges are not uniform or they are not in good shape. That's where you realize you have made a big mistake for not checking the edges, and working on it might be something else. So it's better you spend much time over here working on it than to realize it later. Okay, so from here we have to, because this side is supposed to be blurred, it's part of the background. So we are adding, go here. So let's start from here, draw. And then we start from here. Okay. So let's look at this side too. Very important. Okay. So I think it's better now. Let's look at this side for perfect selection. So woo. So I think our selection is perfect now, but we are not going to, you have done most of the work, so you're not going to spend much time on this. So what you are going to do is you come to your adjustment layers, then you come to solid colors. Okay, then you change this color to black. You click OK, then you come back again, then you come to gradient, then you come to your gradient over here, come to basic, then change, double click on it, then you have to change the color to black. Now you know that white conceal and black reveals. So let's come to that blast, click OK, then let's push it down a little bit, because where you see the white, those places will be blurred out. So I think it's okay now. Let me click OK, then bring this one beneath, so study it. Okay, so when you look at it very well, you can see that this side were not well dealt with. So when you click on it like this, you can take your brush and work on some of them, or else you have to go back, then work on it well, because if you don't do that, what will happen is it will worry you on the at the course of the day. So if you think, let's paint here, okay, so you can see, let's paint there. If they are very massive, then you have to look at it again, okay, so that you have a perfect image. So okay, I think it's okay now. So I have a duplicate already, remember, so I'll duplicate again in case of anything, and I'll bring it to the top like this. Or let me delete it first, then you come to channel. Then when you come to channel, let me delete this because I've created this already. Let me come here, delete this one too, then come here. So you realize that when I started deleting, it has deleted everything. So let me bring everything back again, delete this one, because I've created one already and I don't want it to happen. So what you do is, I'll just come and select one of this, come here and rename it. So I'll make it DP2 so that you can identify it over there. So I click on the RGB, then comes to layers. Then when I come to layer, I'll duplicate this once again, push it to the top. Then remember, if it's a smart object, what you're about to do, it will not work. So you should always make sure that you have rasterized it. Okay, so you come to the top here, then you go to filter, then you go to blur, then you come to lens blur. Now when you choose lens blur, you can see that automatically the background has been blurred. But let's look at this. Remember, we named our depth map to be DP2. So we come and choose our DP. We come and choose our DP2 over here. Then you can see the edges are well refined. Then we click OK. We click OK. So we allow the whole thing to work. Okay. So now it has finished. You can see that we have blurred the background using our depth map. So that is before and after. So you can see that the image has even popped out well, and it is looking good. So that is before and the after, before and the after, before and the after. Okay guys, so thank you very much. This Prographics once again. So if today is your first time watching this video, I want you to subscribe, comment and like my channel. Have a blessed day. Bye bye.